I've been searching for everything so bad that I found you more. I've been
Hey guys, welcome back to Trish TV, Trish Talk, and today we are talking about some dating and relationship mistakes that I made in my 20s. And boy, were there some mistakes made. But before we get into this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you leave today. And if you're an oldie but a goodie, thank you so much for coming back to support and watching another video. Also, today's episode will be available at Time Out with Trish, the podcast. I'll have the links in the description box below. Speaking of my podcast, I'll be adding something very special very soon, so make sure that you're following my socials if you're not, and paying attention to the YouTube community tab to find out soon. So let's get right into this video. Good girl gone bad. Dating the bad guys. So growing up, I lived in a pretty safe and well-protected environment, and my parents made sure of that. So church and school was really all I knew. And anything outside of that, I was really naive to. So dating guys who had opposite worlds from mine somewhat intrigued me. Being that I was not from that world, I was very naive to a lot of things that went on. It was very easy to kind of get over on me and take advantage of me at that time because I had no idea what anything was outside of what I was used to. I was in environments that I should have never put myself in, but I did have this phase where dating the bad guys is what I wanted. I was attracted to that. I wanted something completely different from what I was used to. You know, the church boys. Stop dating the bad guys because it can cause you to be guilty by association. And you don't want to get yourself into something that you cannot get yourself out of. Nothing good comes from dating the bad guys. Trust me. Another dating mistake that I made was being way too available and invested. A lot of times when you're dating someone and it's new and it's fresh, you want to spend all of your time with them. But what happens when you're constantly telling a guy yes all the time? Yes, I can meet you here. Yes, when I get off, I can go over there. Whenever a guy gets used to you saying yes all the time, men and women are wired completely different. And as women, we think guys want to hear certain things all the time and this will keep them interested. But a lot of times it's the total opposite. Being with a girl who's always available to him means that she does not have a life outside of him. To him, to this type of guy, is to his advantage. Make sure that you're only putting in as much time as he is putting in for you. Make sure that you maintain and keep your hobbies. If you were into sports or whatever before you met him, continue. If you were into art, if you were really heavy into consistency on your YouTube channel, whatever your hobbies are, if you have a child, make sure that you are spending a lot of time with your child. These guys, they come along. It's usually for a short time, not a long time. Life should not revolve around him, because when you give up your life for a man and you're always there and you're always available when he needs you, you will start to have resentment and anger that builds up when the relationship falls, because you put so much into him. Now that it's over, you have no idea what you're going to do. Make sure the life that you had before you even knew he existed, you keep that. Do not go above and beyond for someone who won't do it for you and does not deserve it. Another mistake I made was dating emotionally unavailable men. If a guy clearly tells you that he is not ready for a relationship, he is not ready for anything serious, believe him. If he doesn't outright tell you that, but his actions also show you whether you want to believe it or not, and do not waiting for him to be ready. Do not stick around for a guy who clearly is not ready. I wasted my time a lot. Believe it when they say it, and also believe it when they show it. Not fully embracing my single life. Y'all, when you're in your 20s, you're still young. You're trying to figure your life out after high school. You're going off to college, or whether you're working first, staying home, then going off to college, or whether you decide not to go off to college. Don't be so focused more on trying to find a man and being in a good relationship than you are with bettering yourself, whether it's your education. When you do get to be in your 30s and 40s, you're going to be so proud of yourself for having that peak in your life where you really focused on your education. I was focused on my education and stuff, but then there was a period in my life where boys started to play a big part. I allowed them to distract me from things that I was really focusing on because I was so into wanting to be a good girlfriend for him and wanting us to be good together and what our next moves could be. Embrace the single life. Even if you are beyond your 20s and you're still single, embrace it. Like I said, no, it may not always be fun, but it is way better to be single than to be with someone who does not value you. In your 20s, it's all about figuring your life out, understanding who you are. Focus on you. Another huge mistake I made in my 20s, being everything he wanted me to be and overextending myself. You meet a guy, you like the guy, then you find out the things that he likes about a woman, and you like him so much that some of these things that he likes about a woman you may or may not have. So whatever that is, you try your hardest to have it so that he will like you a little bit more. If a man cannot love you for who you are, whether you wear your hair natural, whether you wear weave, whether you wear makeup, you don't wear makeup. If a man cannot like you physically for you, he doesn't like you. I made this mistake in my 20s. I was basically their girlfriend, their wife without the ring, their moms, training them to do some of everything. It was just way too much. When I look back on it, I'm like, oh my gosh, why? Do not overextend yourself for any man. Overextend yourself for yourself. He is capable of finding his own job. He is capable of taking care of himself. It is not your job. Never be the wife to a man who's not your husband. Stop overextending yourself for these men who will be there for a short time, not a long time. Dating guys just because he looked good. Having a man who looks good is a great thing, especially when both of y'all look good together. I often dated the guys that a lot of girls wanted. Guy that looks good, really popular. That was my thing. Beauty does fade on both men and women. It's not always about the looks. I have dated some of the best looking guys who were also very, very rude, very disrespectful. Of course, you want someone who is pleasing to your eye. I am not against that. Trust me, once you get older, you realize a man's looks can only take him but so far. I neglected my goals and ambition. When you're getting into these relationships in your 20s, I feel like it's like the prime of your life and you're gullible, you're vulnerable. So it's really easy to get off course. Make sure that you keep your goals. And if it comes to a point where you find yourself giving so much time and so much effort into a man and you're neglecting your goals, your ambitions, your dreams, he's not the one and it's not the time. Silencing myself to cater to his ego. I feel like guys are sensitive all around, no matter how old they are. Being the nice girl, you don't really like hurting people's feelings, especially your man. And sometimes I would silence myself if just to make him feel better. You only feel this way when you have no idea what love means. Never silence yourself for any guy. Speak up for yourself. If there's something that he wants you to do, but you don't want to do, don't be afraid to say no. Never be with someone who makes you feel like you have to silence yourself and make yourself small because you don't want him to be uncomfortable. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Well, girls, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're in your 20s currently and you're watching this video, I hope you learned a thing or two from my mistakes and really take it to heart. Being in your 20s, it's all about finding yourself, understanding who you are, getting your education, making some career moves, getting to the bag, like doing what you have to do. The guys will be there. They ain't going nowhere. Trust me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Without you, baby, I've been searching for you every day. So bad that I found you more. I've been feeling for you every day. I'm so happy, baby. For you, got me feeling so good. You take all the pain away from me.